Oh, today we're gonna do the little cottage. This was kind of intimidating at first because there were so many pages, but this is a big journal and this is going to be, you can add pages to it. So before you cut anything, let me show you how, and the easiest way so you don't have to cut each one of these individual. So 28 pages. And I cut out what we need. You are gonna need some lace, ribbon, something to tie the book together because we're gonna have to put this on before we start anything else. So you have to pick that out. And then of course glue, double-sided tape, any other embellishments, your inks. I'm gonna try, this is the only glue I have on hand besides this. So I am gonna try some of this in sparing amounts because too much glue on paper will make it wrinkle. So the first thing we're gonna do, front and back of the cottage. These are all the parts I have not cut out yet. So you can see this little dotted line, that's a scoring line. So we are going to fold that. And we're gonna score it very well. This is the spine to our book. Okay, that's the front. And then this is the back. Okay, so before we get too far, there are some little pieces. Let me find them. Okay, there are some little options that are there to cut out your window and put in something behind it. So let's pull those out and decide what we want to do, because those are going to have to be done the first thing before we do anything else. So you could cut this window, this window, this window on the front, and this one on the back. I can't find my X-Acto knife, so we're gonna use a small box cutter. And it would be better if you had like a scoring mat to put this on, but you only need to cut 3 sides. And as close to the window sill as possible. Make sure I went through there. So there's one side. And there's the other. I didn't go all the way through. And now we're going to connect the two. Oops, going the wrong way. Let's flip that one through. No, I was cutting it the wrong way. Okay. Let me do this one again. If you have the proper tools, it's really not that hard. Just don't cut yourself. There. Now, I think I need to go just a little wider, top and bottom. So now, I think we want this little cutie right in there, but I'm not gonna attach it yet. I'm gonna figure out this little one. I think we're gonna cut it this way and this way. And then we're gonna connect the two. There we go. And I think we're gonna put this one up there. That's so cute. Just a cute little surprise. And then we're gonna do all of them. But just remember, only cut 3 sides. Otherwise, you don't have a window, you don't have the cute window anymore. And then we're gonna cut this way. Perfect. Now, let's figure out what's going where. I'm thinking this one goes right here. This one will go here, and then this one will go, you know what, I think, yes. Okay, we're gonna just do one at a time, just get you some regular tape. We're gonna get this centered how we want it. Just hold it. Oh, I think I shifted it. Just like that. And then we'll tape it down. It's really that simple. Just a little tiny piece right here. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing here. Let's start at the top. Just like that, and it's okay, we can cut it if it's not, doesn't line up. I don't know why I keep doing that. Let's just check it. I'm a little crooked, just like that. Then this one, let me get some tape in hand. Just, let's see how we want this. I like that. I'm not gonna tape this side yet because I probably will have to slide that one under. So I'm gonna get it started and then get it placed. Oh, she's little puppy, so cute. Oops. Right there. Oh, we're just gonna put it right over the top. Okay, now we've got our front and our back. We are going to double-side tape and some glue. I'm gonna use just a few dabs. The tape is for now, the glue is to hold. And line it up right next to the little dotted lines. Just like that. Now there's the front and there's the back. Now, a ribbon. We want to be able to close this and tie it off. I found this in my stash, this sweet little embroidery. So I'm gonna put that side out. I'm gonna use double-sided tape and glue. And I just cut it extra long. I would rather have it a little too long than a little too short. Okay. Now, these are the pieces that are going to go in here and here. They're just plain. That's how we're going to do this. We're going to trim bottom white, so that way we can go right up to the edge. Okay, so this is gonna go right up to here. So we're gonna line up the bottom to this side. Our double-sided tape. Uh-oh, I think I'm about out. And I'm also going to use this glue. That one I think is going to cause my paper to wrinkle, and I don't want that. We're even going to go over our lace. Now, we want to line up at the bottom. And right here next to it. I didn't go over far enough, but that's okay. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. You cut off the white trim piece. Oh, wait a minute, let's see. Yeah, we'll go this way. So we're gonna cut this off. And cut this off. Now that's gonna go right in there. So we want our double-sided glue or tape. Putting the tape on the edges, and then we'll put the glue in the center. Go over our lace so the paper will just stick. And then I want to line up here and at the bottom. There we go. Now, oops, we have our book. So we need to score the new sheet so that the binding will stay. And then we are going to trim that. So we'll flip it over. Don't want to trim this. Go around and cut out all of these little sections. And remember, if you have any white showing, go back over it with ink. Nobody will know. You could go back over it with an X-Acto knife on a mat. I'm just gonna go over it with ink when I'm all done with it. Ink hides a lot of things. And we also wanna make sure that we don't have any lifting of the paper. So once we're all cut, we'll add more tape or glue if we need to. This is such a cute little book, and it's so easy to add pages to. You can see, you can just take some regular scrapbook paper once you see how we do the pages, and then just add to this. Okay, now we're gonna flip this side. I got some tape on that one. Oh, I didn't cut it close enough. Perfect. That is the inside of our little book. Now, let me show you how to do the pages, so that way you don't have to cut them out. Oh, let's also check the edges. Make sure nothing is lifting. It's all secure. It's good. Okay. So, the pages. So here's tab 6A and 6A. 5 and 5. So you do want to cut the bottom and you want to cut the tab. Anything else, just kind of a generic, all just around is fine. We're gonna add these together, 4 and 3 and 2. Okay, so 1, we're gonna score the tab. Go to the edge of my table, or the edge of my I'll do it with my fingers and then my scissors. You can get your fancy little tool. And then this part is going to be glued to that part. No, we're going to glue this. So the bottoms have to match as well as up here. I am actually just going to keep an eye there because I probably cut a little too much of this off. So we're going to tape and glue that. Glue or tape and glue. Just a tad. Right up to that line, and then set it aside. We're gonna do the same thing with this. You know, we can just score them after we do that, so I wouldn't even worry about it. So you're gonna try and match up the top and the bottom. I didn't do glue on that one. That's okay. We'll just be careful with it. This one. Oops. And then number 4. Goodness. Number 5. And 6. top and the bottom and then the center. Woo. Don't want those together. I want these two together. There we go. Now, with all of our pages, this is where the easy part comes in. So pages 1 and 2 are going to be glued together. So you want to make sure you get that lined up and the bottom lined up. Once they're glued together, you cut one and you cut them both. It's really that easy. I was gonna cut them all out until somebody told me and I'm gonna just glue the whole thing, even if it's not where, I'm gonna put extra glue there. Even if we're gonna end up cutting it, that way it'll help the edges seal. Okay. So we're gonna line up the edges. And then we should be all lined up to where we can just cut this out. And even if you are off center just a little, that's totally fine. Voila. Oh, look at that. I'm off center a little bit. It's okay. We're just going to use some ink. So there's page 1 and 2. Now, page 3 and 4. 3 on the top, 4 on the bottom. Let's make sure. That's where we're lining it up. Okay. We want our tape. Oh, I'm out. I'm out of double-sided tape. So we just glue. It's okay. Lining up the bottom and the spine. Okay. Fingers crossed. Look at that, it's lining up. So the first one I didn't do this. I want this to line up on the edge of this side of the binding to line up on this side of the binding. I think the last one I did it the other way, and for some reason it shifted. So this side and this side, match them together. So voila, perfect. Now this side. Look how big this one is. It's so pretty. And there's that. Now our last 2 pages. So basically you do 2 pages, glue them together, take one of these out, and you have a template on these pages that you can just cut anything. So let's just glue. I'm holding that there. Wait, am I doing them? This is 5, so hopefully this is 6. Yes, it is. Okay, then we're just gonna glue all the way around. I'm gonna line up this side to this side, and then also the bottom. There we go. Oh, that one's a little bit off, but that's okay. I can trim it. See right there, a little bit off. I'll get all this trimmed, and then we'll just go back and trim what needs to be trimmed. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Some of these colors are really hard to see where the end of it is, which is why it's nice to have the inks. Now I'm going to trim the bottom since I probably just didn't cut straight the other one. And then we flip it over. There we go. Now to assemble this. So here is our pages, and here is our cover. So we need to score these. So we're going to start on the inside line. I think I got off center a little bit, so I'm gonna do that and do it really good. And then this side also. All 3 pages. Let's start here. Might be easier to start on this side. Okay, then our last page. Two and three. And then this is our cover. So now we need to hole punch. We're gonna hole punch one at the top and one at the bottom, and then we're just gonna tie it in. So I've got this from Cottagecore, I believe, and I'm just gonna go all the way in and score. That way, I don't need to actually measure. They're gonna be all the same. You could try to do them all at once, but these are pretty thick pages. Okay, I didn't pull out any lace. So, let's find some. Oh, there was a really pretty one. This, oh, I don't think that'll work. That's a little too thick. Let's see what this is like. That would be cute. Okay, we're gonna do that. So we need to figure the order of pages that we want. We don't want those two together. So that's how we want it. I'm gonna find the end of my lace. And we're gonna push it through each page. Oh wait, I got it through two, now here's through three. So we do print these kits on very high count stock paper, cardstock. So if you're gonna make copies to do extra pages, just make sure that it is, oh criminy, that it's a high density cardstock. That way if you're using this a lot, I went in the wrong way. I'm supposed to come this way. Good gravy. But see, I even make mistakes. I'm gonna push that through. Come on. Come on. There goes my, there, that's better. Push it through as far as I can get it. Just try one at a time. So this is our binding. We're gonna tie it inside the book. So we wanna keep enough to where we could add to it. I'm gonna pull that a little bit more. And then I'm gonna add a little extra. Now, we're gonna push this through the binding. And then through this page. on now. Okay, just like that. Now, we will even this up. Pull from the top and give to the bottom. And we'll tie this in a cute little knot and a bow. Not a knot, but just tie it in a bow. This is probably way too long, so I'm going to trim it. And now the fun part is to add all of your elements. So here is the book with our sweet little windows. And then all of these extra pages with shelves, or this is a waterfall page. So you'd start with the tallest or the bottom and work your way up, and then they're just little lifts. This has so many options. So good luck, happy crafting. Okay, I've cut out some more elements. This is that waterfall. You start with the shortest page, and then you glue up about halfway until you get to the longest page. And then you have cute little notes you can write, or you can put little pockets in there. Put these couple, here's a tag. I'm gonna glue them together so they're double-sided. Punch a hole in it and put some vintage lace. There we go. Brought some lace over. So that's pretty. I'll just cut some of this. We will use a paint brush to push it through. And we're just gonna tie it in a knot. One, maybe two, doesn't matter. Just like that. So now, let's add, this I think would be very cute, the pink stripes on this. So we only want to glue 3 sides, not the top. I'm kind of just trying to put half of the glue stick on the paper. And then line it up where we want it and lay it down. And then we've got this sweet little tag there. Let's see. That's cute with that next to it. There's so many elements in this kit. I only cut out a couple of them. And whatever you have left over, you can use in other junk journals or decorate your own notebook. What about this? That's too much, I think. That's cute. That's the same. How about we put it there? Put it there. So that's just part of, that's the basics on setting this up, and then you can just add whatever you want to it. So good luck.